What the heck is this? Oh,
Whoa.
extreme
Big
close-up.
old.
Good eye, Miles.
What is this?
Stock tunicate?
Yeah. This one really looks like a windsock. This
There's
one's going
one
for it on the
On
windsock.
the top of the rock to the left.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
Brazilian star.
Look at how
That
shiny he
anemone
is.
has a stock.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that. Did you notice that?
Look at how long that anemone, what tentacles or
That's
whatever you call
yeah,
them
it's
are.
a good
Yeah.
profile of
Are
it.
we wanting to collect the new order of an anemone?
Would be hard
If
to
it's
collect.
just been described, that probably means they've
Ooh,
got
then
a
there's
sample of
what's
it.
this? Is that a
Can't
sea star
describe them
there?
without one.
Yeah. Push in.
On the sea star?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, okay. Coming wide.
Okay.
I thought it was something else. Give me $1. I'm getting. Hold on. Stand by.
Okay, apparently it's well sampled in the Pacific.
Yeah, it
It
has
is
been very
pouring
hard for a
outside.
while.
Is it
coming through?
Roger. So Megan, the new video engineer, why
Yeah,
don't
I
you introduce
gotcha.
yourself?
I'm Megan Cook. I wear many hats. I'm bunny hopping my seat to the right to cover. I've been a video engineer for a little bit. Not for real, but I play one on Nautilus Live.
Cool.
I play many things on Nautilus Live.
So Megan, what got you into video engineering?
Geographical convenience?
Yeah, mostly proximity.
And rain.
And yeah, I'd like to thank this rainstorm for giving me the opportunity. Question coming in about this area seeming pretty scarce. There's interesting zonation that we're seeing in corals across the equatorial Pacific seamounts, and we have some sort of working hypotheses, and by we I mean coral biologists and deep sea ecologists who are interested in describing these big biogeographic patterns. And you know, there's kind of a prime coral zone, and as we choose to explore different seamounts, you know, we choose that knowing that we may or may not see that pattern play out along this gradient. So definitely interesting to the team to see, you know, the result of scarce biological communities is also as interesting to understand as denser biological communities. So we're kind of noting and recording all of this. There could be a few different types of things that could be impacting that. It can be the water chemistry itself. It can be the food availability. It could be the current structure. It could be whether, you know, the volume and frequency that larval corals come through the area, or larval sponges. So many different things to consider here. Not all of which we're able to really characterize just with a survey like this.
Is that sediment or is that
Trevor,
some sort of a
can you
precipitate?
pan to the left?
Oh, on which part, Rob?
The white stuff.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that-
interesting.
It almost looks like it's some
You
sort
see
of
the
a...
brown coral that just came into frame?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Do you want to zoom on that?
Yeah. Let's give it a look.
Oh yeah, there it is.
At least I don't get it. That way I don't.
Bathypathes,
No,
black
it's just
coral.
yeah.
Okay, zoom in.
I don't get another $1.
I'm going to do this one, not in a hurry, but not leisurely either.
Very nice. Bathypathes.
Okay, come wide.
Coming wide. Coming wide. Thank you.
You bet.
No, Megan, it was just the color or the lighting that made this area look really different.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take a bump too, please.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, it can change so much with the iris, and these, you know,
Yeah.
these shadows in this lumpy basalt are really make it really challenging.
Yeah, it's
And it-
more of a debris flow sort of. I mean,
Yeah.
all these little chutes of sediment running down.
Is that thunder outside?
Yes, it
Yes.
is.
Sounds like it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that,
There's a
I thought it was the
anemone
bosun.
there.
oh, to the
Another
Long hair anemone.
long hair.
Long-haired anemone.
it's like a
Yeah.
bigger
It's got a
one.
new name.
Looks like he's trying to swim.
Cantus.
Go ahead and zoom. This is more active.
Wow, it looks like it has some short tentacles up close too.
Yeah.
Would that be rebuilding from an attack, or would that be?
It might just have a variety. Like it looks like along the outside, you know, kind of extends, short ones,
Looks like it has a
multi-layers,
nose.
you know?
Yeah. See if I can look at the backside. Ooh, I might not have enough lateral action for this. 100% lateral.
We need more power.
Need more lateral. Yeah, that's all I got. Okay, come wide, please.
Nice.
Was
Current's
nice
going.
Coming wide.
Current's going downslope now.
Yeah.
Wow. Really canthus. Looking good.
Yeah, well, is that a
Just
sea star? Or kind of always past it.
that's what anyone with long hair thinks they look like in the wind, but that is not what you look like in the wind. Just go ahead and vouch for that right now.
That was a very graceful, dramatic.
So, you know, what's the oxygen concentration here?
Just a second.
Please.
98.6 micromoles per liter.
98.6.
Look at this on Argus.
Oh, wow.
Wow. All part of the sheet flow just fell
Hello.
away. It almost did
Yeah,
look like
wow.
a slick inside down there.
It's like it broke free. That was the start of the landslide.
Yeah.
Wow.
Huh.
That's cool.
The huge sheet to fall off.
Yeah.
That could also explain a lack of large coral
Exactly.
colonies in the section we climbed up.
Yeah, that's
A
true.
steamroller coming through the area.
But, you know, interesting how quickly that anemone grew there.
Yeah. Mystery. Wow, it is really storming outside. That's awesome.
Is waypoint 2 number 2 the top of the mound?
Yep.
Yep.
How far are we away from the top of that?
400 meters.
Okay. So we spent our watch, we spent the last 2 hours. We took over just at the base of that. So climbing, climbing, climbing up this third mound. I don't know what, like, the lumps of a dragon's tail are called, you know.
Bridge nav, 2 more steps.
Scoots.
Are these scoots like sea turtles?
Where?
Yes.
Like, do
What?
alligators have,
Oh.
are the plates on an alligator's tail called scoots? So many questions.
I don't know. I think dragon anatomists, though, call them scoots.
Oh, okay. At the last international meeting of dragon anatomists.
Yes.
Good. I like it. Apparently, they are called scoots on alligators.
And dragons.
And dragons, of course.
Is there a fish on the right? No, it's a coral.
And dragons.
There's a coral. We can have a look at the coral, though.
Can you see the, yeah,
Oh, yeah, it is a
on
coral.
the right?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, let's go check that out. Go ahead. Zoom.
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 Zoom. Zoom.
All I want to do is zoom, 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 zoom. And a
Oh,
boom, boom.
Looks like a black coral.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
cool.
Another bathypathes?
It's
don't
they're
know.
short.
Shorter.
Yeah.
All right,
Steve.
come on.
Help us, Steve.
Parantipathes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Still a black coral.
Still black coral.
Paranthropus.
Well, certainly not a lot
There's
of
a-
coral.
There's something yellow on the edge of that big rock.
Yeah, in the dark.
In the dock. Go ahead and zoom.
Yeah. Is it?
Crinoid?
Yeah.
Crinoid, yep.
Nice.
Okay, I'm going to keep going.
All right, coming wide.
Anatomy up left.
So I guess we have
Oh.
to, yeah.
Bumped.
wow, that's
What's that?
fuzzy.
Oh, there's a
Coming in?
Yeah, very
fine
fuzzy.
hair
Yes.
one.
Is that one of those?
Yeah, it's a
Huh.
little different though.
It's a neat feature.
It didn't have as long of
Yeah.
What's this one? Go ahead and zoom there,
Hello.
please.
zooming.
We're to the left.
Starting
There.
to see.
Cruiser Georgia?
Yeah.
Something Gorgia.
Something Georgia. Whoop.
Okay.
Ooh, come
Oh.
on.
Let's come on wide.
Bouncy, bouncy.
These are all look really small
Bump.
though.
Mm-hmm.
We are seeing more. I wonder if it's depth related or just stability of this rock. Or instability of the previous.
Yeah. Yeah, it seemed odd, and then as soon as you saw that transition, it was like, not odd. Not odd at all.
Every time you say as soon as, I'm like, you talking to me?
So I guess we have a, as the namers of Dragon's Back Seamount, I think we have to make a decision about if each of the three large lumps that we're going up are scoots, or if the texture of the seafloor are the scoots. In alligators, each of those little bony ridges that go down their back is an individual scoot, so we could decide what the, the proper dragon terms
I think they're
are.
all scoots because the little processes that stick up are modified scoots on a dragon.
Mm.
And then
Okay.
the sort of scaly stuff on the sides are scoots
So-
on a dragon.
So I mean, are the three big lumps scoots? Is that what we're saying? So we're on the third scoot of Dragon's Back Seamount?
I think so.
Okay. Hands in the middle, we all agree? All right.
Wow, it's still raining.
How are you, Miles?
That's something right by the lasers? Reddish?
Yes, I can zoom.
Right.
Right.
Where is it?
Right above and to the left. Oh, it's a little
Oh, I see.
I guess.
sea
You can do a
star.
quick zoom there, sure.
Brittle star?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
They just look like they're so casual.
All right, come on.
Come on wide.
Just
He's
watching the
just
world go
hanging out.
by.
Yeah, this is the life.
Just, it's Monday at lunchtime. It's just staring out at the world.
Look at my view. Is this the remnants of a really big lava tube?
Yeah, I think it is. There's definitely lava tubage.
Coral left.
Oh, there's another brittle star.
And a little yellow thing to the left of that, on that ridge.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, a little purple thing on top, or is that just to the left?
And a pink one. we're just calling out colors now.
Red, purple, yellow.
Yeah. So Rob, what could have destabilized this? Is it necessarily seismics, or does sometimes just as a seamount is forming, do things give way? Is it the weight of the lava? Talk to us about what that could be.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen this one yet.
Wow.
Go ahead and zoom.
Zooming.
7-legged.
Oh, cool. Let's get some good captures of this.
Wow.
Trying.
Yeah. Put you in a photo album.
Yikes. Yikes, bouncy.
It's okay. There we go.
Yeah, sorry, Zuna. Good luck.
It's not your fault.
Yeah, Trevor, anytime you want, if you want to grab a rock before we get to the top, I guess the summits last set were pretty sediment covered.
Okay. Sounds good.
That looks pretty good there.
Want to just settle out after this move and we'll grab a rock?
Sounds great.
Okay, come wide, please.
All right.
So it'll be, I don't know, 5 minutes and then we'll grab a rock.
Yeah, that's great.
So Rob, what do you think could have destabilized this slope? Do you think it's seismics, or could it just be are there weak points in basalt?
Yeah, it could be a little bit, I mean, because these things are weathering a little bit as you go, and they become unstable. I mean,
Bump in, please.
and when they do, erupt, they're kind of at an angle of repose. It's kind of the critical. So any sort of disturbance or erosion or weakening of it, you can have some landslides or things falling down. I mean, it could be some seismics. I mean, there's nothing really active in this area right now for it to be recent, but I mean, it could have some sort of destabilizing thing.
That's right.
There's not a lot of marine snow around here. And
No.
I think that's another reason why there's so few filter feeders.
Where the currents ripped it all off.
Yeah, well.
Carried it away.
It's a coral on the left.
That was a Solasterid sea star, family Solasteridae.
Hold up the
What
rain down
last
there.
year? Could you?
Oh,
yeah.
it's in the chat.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
But that was an ancient religion.
What's this colory thing?
Yeah, it's another.
You zoom in
brittle
here,
stuff.
please.
Zooming in.
There's a couple different things
Yeah.
here. A little collection.
Cool.
Coral and crinoids.
2 different kinds of corals.
Brittle star, yeah.
And a crinoid. Woo! Feel that
A
current.
lot of brittle stars.
Okay, come wide.
It really is amazing. I'm not sure if the change in the current as we go up this thing is just a geographic location, or if there's a tidal difference here. If that's a tidal influence switching.
I don't know.
But really should be that much of a tidal effect out here, I wouldn't
Wouldn't
think.
think so.
Something else sort of on the left of the screen.
Oh yeah, we could do a quick zoom on that. Go ahead.
Zooming.
It's going to be a quick one. That's a rock.
Wow.
Come wide. I
Nice
fell
rock.
for that too. I
Mine was further to the left, but
get a dollar there.
Yeah, I do see that one down there. Off screen now.
These rocks are cool. Starting to get some bigger
Bump in, please.
collections.
Bumping.
You can bump in every time.
Yep. And you can remind me when I don't.
Okay, Roger. These rocks look like they're going to be pretty well stuck.
Yep.
Looking down the slope though, like this, or looking across, you can really
Yeah,
get a
it's
sense
a-
of the
it's a
slope in a way
holography.
that's hard to say.
I mean,
looks,
Mhm.
looks round.
anemone.
Anemone.
Yeah, question for reviewer. Can we explain why there's so little signs of vegetation at this area? We are far below where sunlight reaches, so we are not seeing plants. All the things you're seeing here are animals. From the tunicates, the sponges are animals, corals are animals. We have seen a few fish. We've seen more fish in the sedimented areas, in the more flat, sandy areas.
Purple.
But we have seen...
There's a purple thing.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Halothurian.
Yeah, Halothurian, yeah.
Here's
Do a quick zoom there.
Great little animal,
zoom.
sea cucumber, related to the sea urchin
Yeah.
and the sea
Wow.
star.
That's purple.
And
That
it
is very
is
purple.
You think it's purple?
it
Okay, come wide.
It is a perfect pickle shape.
What do you think it is? Not purple? Not plum.
As far as big schools of fish, you see fish in an area where there are going to be kind of more available nutrients. Here, because there is no sunlight, there's no photosynthesis, organisms down here are consuming within food chains that are based primarily on marine snow, which is just raining down nutrients from above, and that nutrients get degraded. They're not as rich after they've been processed and spit out by a few different either organisms or bacteria processes. So just the sort of total available nutrients don't support big schools of fish like you're more familiar with seeing in shallow water. The fish we do see have interesting modified body plans. For the most part, they have long, skinny, kind of whip-like tails. Like any of your one you might know who spends a lot of time at the gym, if you want to maintain a large amount of muscle mass, it takes a lot of calories to keep that up. And if you live in an area without a lot of available calories, it's advantageous to you to have a modified body plan
Yeah,
Mhm.
big anemone.
where you're not carrying as much
Anemone.
total body mass around. So lots of the organisms we're seeing are filter feeders. They're just capturing whatever they can along the way. Lots of the fish are ambush-style predators, so that they can sneak up and get a hold of any meal that might happen to come their way. There's a yellow crinoid on just to the right, center.
Yellow crinoid. Yep, there's one.
Yep.
I'm thinking I might call it here. I think the current's going to keep pushing Argus this way. Because it's pushing me that way, so I might just come into land here and then grab a rock.
Yep.
Like that black one right off the front porch?
Yeah, the little bean-shaped one.
Yeah.
The
Stick
black
your
one.
hand down, stir it around, see what you can get.
Are you talking this one?
I was.
Yeah. Look
Yeah,
at you guys.
I saw it too.
I seen it.
So those lasers are 10 centimeters apart. They're parallel, so although they look like they're coming to a point when we look off into the distance,
One fundus.
it is the same illusion as a train tracks meeting in the distance. And then you can measure one fundus, two funduses, go 10, 20, 30, 40 centimeters.
Can I put this one up forward?
You can on the right. On the
On
right
the right.
section, yeah. Starboard.
Forward, starboard.
Forward, starboard. Forward, starboard, B.
Okay.
Be like,
Hey, come back here.
bucked off.
Mongo punch.
A little brittle star's like, stay very still. There's a giant robot in your neighborhood.
Come on.
Oh, nice.
Can you see if the one next to it is available? To the left? Seems a little bigger
Bigger is better.
for this rejected.
It is
Okay.
unavailable at this time,
Okay.
but please leave a message.
That's fine. We'll go back to that other one.
No. That would be a huge one.
Yeah.
The
that's
ship
fine.
just moved.
That's funny.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Wayne, could you zoom in and keep the lasers in frame, please?
Most certainly.
Good there, Suna?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, zoom in more, please.
The QVC spin.
Yeah, let's go, switch it up a bit. Let's go this way. Okay, get some focus there, Wayne. Looks good. Okay, perfect. Come wide.
Less light.
Can you give me tool tray out? Well, that's floaty.
Oh,
Tool tray
something
close,
floating.
close.
Oh.
Okay, good there.
Yikes.
Open it a little bit, please. A bit more. Good there. Close it. Jack in the box. Wow.
Thanks.
Sneak attack.
Yeah, I'll say.
Thanks, Trevor. And Jake.
All right, here we go.
How are the currents right here? Are they, which direction are they headed? Seems like I don't have a
I don't really know right now.
John Bon Jovi anemone to tell us. Fabio anemone.
Fabio. Yeah.
All right, let's keep this a little higher when I'm right underneath you. This is a good number for when I'm out in front like we've been, and when I'm below, probably 17, 19 kind of thing.
Yep.
Wayne, you can bump in.
Thank you.
We're going to be stuck in here all day with this rain.
Yeah, the next watch can't come up. They'll melt.
They'll melt. The Wicked Witch of the West, Wicked Watch of the West.
I invoke my superpower.
We'll have to drill through the floor to escape. That's one of the funny things about Okeanos Explorer, or I guess not. It's really possible to be on board that ship and several of the other NOAA ships that are similar and just not go outside. A lot of the companion ways are interior. I was having a conversation with Steve about it, about how, you know, going from workspace to workspace, like you can just frequently end up not outside at all. And, you know, kind of funny to be on a ship and not be outside. Here we have sort of mandatory to, in the very least, to walk out outside to get in and out of the control van. But if you are just joining us, I want
The
to...
camera? Oh, yes.
Yeah, if you want to learn a little more about our team and the roles we serve here, you can click on the Team tab, and underneath it are 10 team pages, which describe roles in the control van and also on board for roles that don't stand regular watches, like Expedition Leader and Data Engineer. And can read a little bit about what those people do in a day-to-day basis and what types of education pathways that lead you here. And if you are interested in a role like that, but maybe something slightly different, what other types of careers complement those same skill sets. And then you can also see just below the question feed the headshots and bios of the team who are on watch right now. So you can click through each of our bios if you want to learn a little bit more about us.
How's the primary comp been doing? What's its trajectory?
It's been around 2.5.
Is that
The whole time?
noise?
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
Something's good. Moving around, being moved around. Didn't
How's,
sound like thunder.
oh yeah.
It's an interesting little lava cave.
It is cool, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Did you stop it?
No.
Okay. Interesting.
Can you back further away to get?
Now's a good time to do that, yep.
It looks like this column of lava just flew straight down, or flowed.
Or it was the high point and the sediment's just coming down little valleys either side.
Either or.
Yeah. Pretty cool. So we are flying up a feature we're calling Dragon's Back Seamount. It is a true seamount, an independent cone that rises from the seafloor south of Palmyra Atoll. We mapped over this feature last night to expand some mapping coverage that had originally been done by NOAA ship Okeanos Explorer on a previous mission during their capstone campaign a couple of years ago in the area. So they had hit just kind of the side of a seamount. So we had a picture of a little portion of this. So we came back through and took a couple mapping passes over it to expand the picture, the perspective of what we have here, and that allowed us to pick this dive target track to climb up this side, kind of a scalloped side. And as we're calling this Dragon's Back Seamount, we're calling them scoots, like the shell portions on a turtle or like the armored plates on an
A
alligator.
little red under that rock.
Mm-hmm. So we are on the third scoot here.
There is a little bit.
Oh, and there's an urchin in the other one, or maybe an anemone. Hard to see. So we're climbing up the seamount. We launched this dive. We launched the ROVs at midnight last night, so just approaching 12 hours in the water out of a 28-hour dive total. So we'll hand over to the other watch team in about an hour, and they'll carry it on, and we'll transition that several more times before we're officially done. When we pull this dive, we have more dives left yet to come in this expedition, but this is our last dive in kind of the Palmyra region of the Pacific Remote Islands Marine National Monument. So we've been collecting biological samples for interesting, primarily corals, but also sponges, invertebrates like other invertebrates like sea stars. Don't think we've collected sea urchins yet, but also collecting some rock samples that'll help us constrain the age of this feature and help us know a little bit more about the origins of it. Do we have even like a ballpark guess on the age of this seamount, Rob?
Is that another Bathy Patters?
Let's have a look at the Bathy Pathy.
No, I mean, it's probably a little
Ooh,
younger than the
what's
stuff
that?
we've been seeing.
It's a
Oh,
Bathy
sorry,
Pathy.
your mic's pretty quiet. Rob, did it migrate away from your mouth?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay.
No, I mean, it's still probably not the 80 million year old, but probably maybe closer to 50
Zoom
to
in,
30, I have a
please.
feeling.
Okay.
Zooming in and irising down.
Thank you.
Hi, Bathy Bathies.
It's a nice one.
the black coral.
And
Skeleton
focus.
is made of protein rather than calcium carbonate or aragonite, like the harder corals.
Takes a pretty hard 90-degree bend there.
Yeah.
Oh, kind of.
His whole body's a kite. He's like, lean back. That's a sound effect, can't you hear?
That's we were talking about coral sounds the other day.
or
Come
like
wide,
nom,
please.
or like nom 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 nom. It's a coral sound also. Fun fact. Little known fun fact about corals.
Yeah, there's a big one down below there too at the very base.
Oh.
He should.
You can try redoing it on your end.
Quite a few sea anemones.
Yeah, there's one over to the
Oh.
right
Look
too.
at that. Let's check that out. Is that a Gorgia?
No.
All right, Wayne, go ahead.
Going for it.
Yeah.
Paragorgia?
Is that the bubble gum?
I don't know. Looks similar to. Oop. Come down a bit.
Urge nav. 2 more steps.
It's like Chrysogorgia. Precious.
Okay, come wide, please.
Coming wide. Yeah, it's a lot harder to focus when we're further away.
Uh-oh.
Mhm. You can bump in.
Bump in.
Look how massive these flows are up here.
Those are really cool.
Is that a fish over to the left?
No, it's a rock.
Okay, it's a rock.
It might be.
It's a rockfish.
Maybe.
No.
Wow.
We'll confuse people.
Confirmed, not a rockfish.
Not a rockfish.
Let's zoom in on that rock.
Oh, there's another coral way over to the left too.
That's a
A
rock.
pinkish purple rock over to the left.
Oh, is it a fish? Is it a rock? It's a rock. And let's check out this coral.
Yeah, we got a white one. That's
Is it a
Alright.
coral or is it a fish? Go ahead, zoom.
It's
Or is it a rock?
A fish like coral.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Fish like coral.
And there's one above
Ooh.
it too.
It's not.
looks like a black coral.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
And if you come straight up slope, there's another one.
Straight up slope. Let's do it.
Slightly to the right. A little far. Yep, there it is right at the
Oh, I
top.
see it.
Top. There it is.
Oh, there's one over to the left too.
They're everywhere. Okay, zoom in again. Yeah, I'm not in a
Yeah,
great
we're
spot for
bouncy.
this.
Yeah.
Bouncy, bouncy. I'm way far away.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also have an little footnote here. The previous mapping that was in this area was not
Okay, go ahead, Wayne.
Oceanus Explorer. It was a project for the U.S. Extended Continental Shelf, and it was work done by UNHCCOM, one
Yeah,
of
I
our
can-
mapping partners.
I can work with this. I got more light to work with. Nice.
Come on, go down more. There we go.
There we go.
Lasers are 10 centimeters apart as you take a look
Oh,
at
that's
this coral.
bouncy.
That's fine.
Nice.
We got it.
Come wide. Oh, you already doing that?
Bounce.
Yeah, as we climbed up and got onto this basalt, it looked like there was like a distinct crack, like previous rock had slid down. So I do think we're seeing increased life. Maybe all of a sudden you'd have to measure that. I'm rewatching the tape, so organisms per meter maybe be a good way
Let's
to
look at-
quantify that. But also could be that they had just gotten wiped out by a previous landslide down below.
Oh.
Certainly corals and sponges are looking for, generally, there are some specialists for soft sediment, but generally they anchor in one position to hard rock, hold fast.
How's that for 'em, Miles?
Nice Argus shot, too.
Look at the purple
on the
stuff down
left.
there, yeah.
Cucumber. How weird would it be if vegetable cucumbers were the same color purple?
Yeah.
Ooh.
This really does make you think it's just snow on top of a mountain here.
Mm-hmm.
Just these looks.
Just too easy going.
We learned one of Trevor's hobbies is skiing, so this is not.
Yeah. No, I heard something about images and two. Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Look at this lumpus.
Oh, it has some sea stars.
He
on
already
it.
did that.
Those crinoids.
Don't know what to tell you.
We'll just pass notes down.
Quite a few sea stars, or crinoids.
Crinoid.
Yeah.
Yeah, crinoids.
I'm in your head. Nope.
Question about how often Dr. Ballard comes on board. He's on board a couple of expeditions a year. He's currently on board an expedition off the Channel Islands, our Osborne Bank missions that we've been continuing for a couple of years, exploring the paleo shorelines there and testing some new technology to image some of the sea caves.
Yes. I can hear you now.
Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again? The most frustrating yet the most effective troubleshooting technique.
Of all time. And, Dr. Ballard sailed on the Osborne Bank expedition earlier this year and will rejoin the ship for the National Marine Sanctuary of American Samoa expedition coming up a little bit later in the year.
Is that a...
Something on the lower left.
Lower left.
Oh, and right in the middle there, that
Yeah.
orange.
The greenish thing.
Green. I don't see
Or
any
whatever
green.
is yellow.
To the left of the lasers, almost right on the lasers.
I see that, yeah. Is that green?
I don't know. It's
Yellow green.
The lasers are green.
Wayne, could you please zoom in?
I am zooming in.
You are. That you are.
yeah, it was a crinoid.
Crinoid.
For crying out loud.
Very
There is
nice.
something down below to the left as well.
I was thinking about that. If we go here, can we go up there for a little bit?
I'm full zoom. That's pretty good.
All right, I'm way far away. You can just come
Yeah.
out. I was, yeah,
That was actually really
the
good
nav screen.
driving. I'm impressed.
preoccupied with the nav.
How far are we up scoot number 3 now, Miles? How far are we to that target?
We're almost at the top here.
Yeah, we
Really
got
close.
130 meters horizontally and like 15 meters vertically.
Good job. Happy Canada Day to Science Communication Fellow John Willis, who's writing into us.
Hey, John.
John!
John.
He's from Lighthouse. Glad to have you tuned in with us. Welcome to the Central Pacific. We are here on Dragon's Back Seamount, climbing just up to the top of our third scoot, or little mini bump along the side.
Mini bump.
Mini bump. Seen some corals, seen a lot of cool lavas.
Look at all this Sandra.
There's something right by the lasers. now.
Cryonoid.
Yep. Big
Ooh,
lot.
this looks
Is that
like
a tube.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
tube or a pillow that's popped.
A lava amphitheater.
Are you not entertained?
To the lower right of it is some red. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe a holothurian.
Yeah.
There's a
We can get a
purple.
quick zoom there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yep.
Zooming in.
He's early for the show.
Gotta get the
Keener.
good seats. Gotta show up early.
There's a.
All right, come on. Eh.
It's like
Okay,
at a
you can
talk,
bump it.
either the people are at a class, the people who either want to like arrive early and sit right in the front or arrive early and sit right at the back. And those fill up quickly.
You can bump in, Wayne.
Oh, yep.
So Rob, what classes do you teach at URI?
As a course I co-teach with John King on global change and the impact on coastal New England. So it's like a sea level rise, climate change sort of course.
Cool.
And then there's a series of courses we're developing for the Navy for data science.
Okay.
And one of the courses is more of a field-oriented data collection course. We go out in kayaks and collect data in Narrow River.
Okay.
Second course is more of a Python-based course
Mm-hmm.
to analyze the data that we collect. And so we look at different ways to visualize data and do basic statistical analyses with the data with Python.
That's fantastic. Is that out of Newport or?
No, it's
where's
an
that from?
undergrad course that we teach at URI.
Is Chris Roman involved in that project?
No, not that one.
No.
But I'm not really teaching faculty, but I
Yeah.
like to teach, so it's a fun thing to do. I actually like to
Nice.
design courses more than teach them.
Yeah, it's a really great skill. Different skill. Question for you, Rob. Is it known how similar or dissimilar to Hawaiian lavas these lavas are, or the seamount is?
I'm really not the one to ask. I think in
Okay.
general, the lavas are they're ocean island basalts.
Mm-hmm.
But Kevin Conrad, who's the other scientist on board here, is more of a geochemist and could address that better. My knowledge of this is very, very basic.
I mean, does each magma plume that you'd expect out of kind of a hotspot or a different magma pocket, is there a unique chemical signature?
Well, with different parts of the mantle will have different geochemical signatures.
Mm-hmm.
So the mantle plume that's feeding Hawaii is probably, is a different part of the mantle than the one that was created this one.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a good chance that the geochemistry in general is similar,
Mm-hmm.
but in the details, they're probably unique.
Perfect. It's a great explanation. Tune in for the 4 to 8 watch with Kevin Conrad if you'd like to hear more about that. I don't know what Jen's specific, like what her graduate research is about.
She's looking at melt and melt generation related to fugacity, oxygen fugacity in
What is that word?
subduction zones. It's how active oxygen is in
Okay.
the chemistry and how abundant it is in general terms.
Okay, so you could totally throw that question in about a half hour and see how Jen handles it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a very good point. Our expeditions have sort of a divide and conquer methodology because there are only so many berths aboard Nautilus, only so many spots for people to physically sail with us. We rely a lot on a network of scientists ashore participating from and contributing their expertise from wherever they are around the world. And then the scientists who do come aboard are not really here conducting their own personal research. They're here to be representative or to be able to speak generally to the interests of the science community or the sort of the basic concepts. Because we don't know what we're going to find here, you need to be ready to sort of be a generalist and contribute a little bit to a lot of areas, and just enough to be able to say, you know, when something seems different from the pattern or unexpected for what you know, would anticipate about a particular feature or a particular depth range that we're at. So, and, you know, we're also working in an environment that is highly unknown, so there are often, I don't know the answers to that for a variety of reasons. Here we are. Climbing up to the top here of scoot number 3.
What's this little black spot? Almost dead center now.
Holothurian?
I don't
Is
know,
it?
let's go look.
Something to the left of it too.
Push in.
Oh, yeah,
let me get closer first.
Crinoid. Yeah, it's an enemy.
Go ahead and zoom.
Zooming.
Urchin.
No, it's an urchin.
Wow.
He looks purple too.
Oh yeah, let's get a good look. These are so cool.
Purple haze. Ooh, whoa, whoa. Who's driving this thing? Who's driving this bus?
All right, let's try. That's full zoom. That's pretty steady driving there. Thank you.
Nice, Trevor.
3 for 1.
3 for 1. Oh, I see.
That makes up for the 0 for 1s that we've been.
What a big Holothurian over there. Or is that just a rock? Could be just a rock. Yeah, it's a rock.
There's one.
Yeah.
A rock.
I wonder if that's Tramakusama, maybe, looking at the Okeanos guide.
So we are at the top. We have arrived. We came, we saw, we conquered. Are we going to drop down the other side now?
Yeah, I think so.
We're going to back down just for Wayne?
No.
But we
The
get to
death
see so
glares
much
he
more
gives
cool
me.
stuff.
Can we strafe?
All right. Seriously though, do you want to just drop off, like jump off, and then kind of drop down to the bottom once we get off there? Or do you
Yeah, I
want to
think
spend
that's
some time up here?
That's probably the most effective thing to do, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no sampling required at this spot.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
I mean,
We'll
it
get going.
was tough enough to see things coming up, you know, front side here.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if we went back down, we wouldn't see much.
It'd be fun though. No, let's not do that.
We made it to the top. I feel like we should sit on the edge and have a granola bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, kick our feet.
We can just have lunch down in the mess.
Yeah, exactly. We can tool around for 20 minutes and hand over the watch.
My least favorite part about hikes is the walk down after summiting. So
Oh, I
you can just
hate it.
hand that over to the other shift.
You're like, my knees.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
ashamed to admit I bought a walking stick.
Oh, it's so great.
Oh,
it's
it's
so
fantastic.
Oh, I do them all the time.
Yeah.
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 That's what all of us. We're like, none of us are 20 anymore. Come on.
Being 20 is what did it to me.
Yeah.
For me, it was my teens. I was really hard on my knees in my teens. Here I am.
Skiing.
And jumping off stuff. I was really into
Parkour.
jumping off stuff.
Being a teenage bully.
Yeah. I just bounce. It's fine. Oh, wait. Just kidding.
You're supposed to roll.
Yeah.
But I didn't need to then. Little did I know,
Parkour.
you're rolling for the late 20s, Trevor, not for the late teens, Trevor.
So wise. We're all grown up now.
Not then. They say some people are wise before their years. Most people are wise after their years.
Because of their years.
Because of their years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Hopefully you've learned something.
I like to pretend anyway.
That's pretty amazing, guys. Just for perspective, we're at 2,100 meters now, which is where we started some of our other dives, and we've climbed up about 1,200 meters already up the side of the seamount, and are going to continue on up towards the top. So this is a big feature, and it's a much deeper feature than what we've been diving on already. So just interesting to compare. You know, I think sometimes.
Where are we going? 315?
310.
Thank you.
Yeah, we think about just like the deep sea as one thing, but we're talking about major depth variation just between features that we've seen on this dive. And if we're talking about the Pacific in general, you know, just a very big and much deeper ocean than many others. So you have the opportunity to have these massive gradients within a feature, and that impacts the biology. It can impact the sedimentation, the geology, you know, all of these things. These factors are all tied together. So this is the deepest we've been so far on this cruise, on this expedition. We're hoping to do some more deep dives on Jarvis, which will be our next dives. And once this wraps up sometime tonight.
Please?
We may save the one on Jarvis for the very last one. We're not sure yet. So we may do a couple other shorter dives on nearby seamounts.
Okay.
It's pretty fluid right now. We'll see.
Totally fair.
Does the root of the word bathypathy, the bathy part, does that have anything to do with bathymetry? Is there any correlate or any link to those two words at all?
Probably because it's deep sea coral. It's my guess.
Need an etymologist.
Yeah, I mean, bathy means depth.
Means which?
Depth.
Okay.
Yeah, so. Yes.
In Greek or Latin?
And if they come from the different sources, then they might not necessarily be linked.
I don't know, anybody want to take bets?
I'm going to say Greek.
I'm going to say Latin.
I can say French.
Old German.
You're out of your
Celtic.
depth.
You're out of your bathy.
You're off the pathy.
Donnie, you're out of your element.
You're not wrong, Wayne.
At least it's an ethos.
So on our nav over there, how large is this little dip before the next rise? The downswing of the scoot.
Down scoot.
From
Scoot.
bottom to sort of next start of rise, 300 meters.
Okay. Bathos, Greek, meaning deep. Woohoo!
And in Latin?
Nope.
No. And French?
No.
Le deep.
The deep.
but the word bathymetry was not around until 1860. That's fun.
There you go.
Hmm.